Even by the way.
Oh man, it was good, bro. It was good, man. I made a what do you call it? A hot honey jerk, shrimp and
Mm.
crab quiche.
Ooh.
Wow.
First time doing that. Pretty good.
A
Experimenting
quiche?
on the Thanksgiving is audacious and
I know,
brave
right?
and maverick, innovator.
Thank you.
That's Uber. That's Steve Jobs type shit.
Hey, I had a couple drinks in me. I had, got a little high, and I got in the zone.
Okay. And you was just chefing up
Yeah,
in
just whipping
the.
it up. Just following the spirit of my ancestors, if you will.
That's it. Yeah, that's because I do the test kitchen shit. So like, because I do like I guess most of the cooking for the Thanksgiving. So I did turkey. I did biscuits. I discovered an incredible new biscuit recipe. I did sweet potato cupcakes, stuffing, and like a lamb gravy. But I had tested all these before because the sweet potato cupcakes I had to like test the whip. What do you call it? Icing that I made.
Oh yeah.
But I would not. The fact that you were like, I came up with this today and y'all are eating it on Thanksgiving is brave. And it sounds like it turned out amazing.
It's pretty
Well,
good.
both of you cook.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
We a different breed
Got
over
to.
here, Tyra.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
cool. That's like you're like a Renaissance man. Like honestly, I so many men in my
Cooking
life
is,
know how to cook
but
really
fair enough.
well.
But
I mean, I don't cook. My
okay,
husband
true.
cooks really well, so I'm like lucky.
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like you can't have two eaters. You can't have two eaters in a relationship. You got to have an eater and a feeder. You can't have
Really?
two feeders is crazy. It's not gonna So you're the eater in your relationship, and your husband is the feeder, and I
Well,
feel like that works the dynamic.
I feed in a different way.
You keep him
Yeah.
full. I see.
Yeah, I
I
keep it
see.
very full. Yeah.
And empty at the same time. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Very good. Very good. No, you know what's crazy? The first thing that Dr. Tara said when we landed on the camera. Can I say this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. First thing she said was, I said, "Hey, how are you?" She said, "Great. I got fucked crazy yesterday, and so my day has been amazing." And so,
Yeah.
and so I was like, yes,
I-
yes.
All right.
I
Starting out hot.
I can relate. I understand. Yeah. Well, how
I-
long does the afterglow last? That's the question, really.
I am thankful this
Mm.
Thanksgiving for
Absolutely.
The
my
giving.
for my multiple orgasms. Thank you, Jesus.
I feel like
Won't he
women are
do it?
so lucky and selfish with that because we even at our peak in life, when you're like between like 16 and 25, and you can like do a bunch of nuts, you can't really, as a guy, we don't really have like that full multi
Oh no.
task nut
No,
machine
no,
that
no.
women
I've met many men that can come like 8 times.
do. In what?
Consecutively?
First of all, crazy, but in what unit of time?
Well, also, I think you guys are misunderstanding something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's time for education. Now we got to
Yeah.
use the doctor part. Talk to us.
So there's a difference between ejaculating and coming, as in like orgasming. A
Mhm,
man
mhm.
can have multiple orgasms and one ejaculation, or maybe 2 ejaculation, but still multiple orgasms. Like orgasms is a feeling in your body and how the genital is connected to the brain. It's not always necessarily
Yeah.
connected to ejaculating.
See, I ain't never have an orgasm then.
Oh,
I don't. What you mean? There's different types.
oh no!
I never know. We got to
Wait.
talk
Like,
about
I
the
ain't
real
never
orgasm
just-
gap.
That
We
is
got to
a
talk about
big,
the real orgasm
that's a
gap.
big revelation. Like that's a
Like,
huge
what?
revelation.
How is this achieved?
I never nutted before. That's crazy.
Like,
I feel like,
I'm ejaculating crazy, but
Should we send you to see a sexological body worker?
hell yeah, shoot. Let me know. I'm in Atlanta.
Let me get
Have
my
you-
body worked. Yeah.
Have you heard of sexological body work?
Mm-mm. That sounds like new
Do
science.
you know like the 3 types of sex therapies?
No, put me
Walk
on
us through
game.
everything. We don't know nothing.
I don't
Yes.
know it.
I'm not
You guys
right.
are gonna learn so much.
I'm
So
literally writing notes down right now. Sexological.
body work. Yeah, they are. I'm sure there are quite a few good practitioners in Atlanta. You're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Hot Atlanta. So there are 3 types of sex therapies. There is psychotherapy, so like talk therapy, the traditional therapy where you get a therapist, you talk to them, you talk through your problems, maybe talk about your traumas, maybe talk about your past relationships and sexual experiences, and then you like analyze and like unlock something in you, right? Like learn from the past. So that's talk therapy. So sex therapy is also the first type is talk therapy.
Mhm.
The second type of sex therapy is somatic sex therapy. Somatic sex therapy is all about like body movement and embodiment. So a lot of times, like sex is not just something you can talk about, right? Like if you have problems like premature ejaculation your whole life, or maybe you have mad sexual anxiety, or maybe you have erectile dysfunction, talk therapy alone might not help. Like you might need to couple that with somatic sex therapy, which is like body movement, which can include like moving the whole body, moving like the penis area, moving the pelvic area. But there's like a whole thing that somatic sex therapists can kind of teach you through the different movements.
Mhm.
And then there's the third type of sex therapy, which is sexological body work. And this you have to get it from like actually like certified sexological body worker. And this is where they work on your body and you like can touch them as well. It's like a lot of times it's like two-way touch.
Interesting.
Not always. There could be practitioners that are like, only I can touch you, you can't touch me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Many practitioners do two-way touch.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm going to give you one example of this amazing sexological body worker that I talked to, and she's in California. She once worked with this guy who has been disabled his whole life.
Okay.
He couldn't walk, like he's in a wheelchair, and he has been disabled his whole life, so he couldn't participate in mainstream dating world.
Traditional, yeah.
Yeah, he just felt like like he couldn't attract a woman, like he couldn't participate in the mainstream dating world or sex. He has never, at that point, he was like a man in his 30s, he never had sex, right? And he was recommended to go see her from a therapist, like a sex therapist, talk therapy. That therapist like, you might benefit from a sexological body work, so connect him with her. She came to the practice. They first like go through like the intake, so like the questionnaire, talk about like his history, his past, like what are his struggles, how is he feeling now, what are his problems, and then the actual body work involved, like the very first thing was just touching. Like he has never touched a woman that's not his mom.
Wow.
Or like a caretaker.
Yeah.
So she got naked. Like he has never seen a naked woman in real life.
In person.
Yeah,
Okay.
and never touched a naked woman in his whole life. And he's a man in his 30s. So he like started touching her. They started embracing each other. At that point, they were both naked. She then like put him on the bed. She then, with her naked body, started cuddling him and laying on his chest. And guess what happened?
Yeah, Buster. He was out of there.
He started crying.
Oh no! Damn, we guessed all the wrong things. I was
like, terrible people.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. Why did you give it a guess? You made us look crazy.
Right.
Why did you make it a guess?
And guess what happened?
That was the point.
Oh no, he started fucking her crazy. His legs started working again. Like
he got up and started walking. See?
Yeah. Ooh, that pussy was crazy.
Y'all dirty minds. Y'all dirty minds.
Wow. We got the sexologist on and we the dirty.
Start getting on your knees and pray.
Yeah, you're right.
But
that's where I belong.
So he started started crying, like tears on his face. And she's like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on?" And he said, "I just never ever thought that there would be a day in my life where there's a naked woman laying on my chest and I can hold her." I was just like, holy shit. I cried. Like I had tears in my eyes because I'm like, oh my God, like you just never think of it that way. When people think of sex or like sex work or, sexological body worker, even though it's a part of therapy, like some people might say, oh, it's sex work. People think of like, all the like dirty things or all the like, things that are unacceptable in society. They don't think of it as like therapeutic. Now that you've heard this story, do you feel like it was so therapeutic for him?
Yeah.
It's crazy. As I was listening to that, like I've heard those kinds of stories from people who don't have like a formal degree or a formal qualification. They're like considered traditional sex workers, but I've had friends and like partners who have done that work, like full service, sex work, I guess you say. And some of the stories that they talk about are like what exactly what you described. Is like
Mhm.
we're talking about intimacy, we're talking about connection, and we're talking about something that like you can easily kind of take for granted. But it's like
Mhm.
if you don't have that in your life at all, it's like if someone was to tell you, I've never laughed and shared a joke with another human being, and then I went to
Mhm.
a comedy show and you
Yeah.
made me laugh and I felt connected to other people and laugh with them, and that made me cry, we would all kind of get it. So I feel like when
Mhm.
it comes to fucking, it's the same thing. Where I remember I went to a poetry show and the woman that went up was her day job was full service sex worker, and she did a poem about her connection to her clients. And I was
Wow.
like, yeah, you're a therapist. Like the way that she was describing everything, I was like, you're doing connection work. I tried to ask for a business card, but I got too shy because I was like, I don't know
Business
how that
card.
is meant to happen. I've told you the story before. I was like, because she looked good, and I was like, that I need therapy, but
Yeah,
I was too scared. I was like, is this the wrong place to network like that? I don't know.
nah, I say.
Oh, any place you can network when it comes to sexuality.
Is that true? Because I feel like that's how you get fired. I feel like that's how you end up in the HR office.
You know what? Actually, let me give you a caveat. Like
Okay, thank you. Give me the footnote.
Not when you're a man who doesn't work in sexology. Sorry. That's
yes, correct. There we go. Honest. Thank you.
yeah.
It's always
I'm a
there we
woman
go.
and I work in sexology. So like at any situation, like, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, like Christmas dinner, Disneyland, like, you know, I can be in a park.
You know,
walking on
people
the
are probably getting
beach.
it down to Disneyland.
I can be like anywhere with my friends, with new people, networking. I can be at a conference, like anywhere, and I can talk about sex, and I kind of get the leeway because like people are like, oh, it's like what she does, and plus I'm a
and
woman.
you're not a threat. Like
I'm a
it's
small
safe.
woman, like
Yeah.
I'm not intimidating or a threat. So you know, whenever I talk about sex, I think that's like really the benefit of like my identity, and you know, being a sex expert and an academic in this realm is like what I look like also helps, you know, like I'm a non-intimidating person, so people love asking me all kinds of questions that they would never ever in their life ask anyone.
Okay, because can you describe to us what your client work looks like and how you would describe it, and what are like the most impactful maybe questions or problems that you've ever had to work with someone through?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like just a little background, right? Like I started as an academic and I still am. Like I started as a professor. So I've been a professor of sexual communication and relational communication now like for 13 years. And as a you know, with an academic background and a college professor and like teaching these things, it's like very theoretical and like very textbook. Um, when I got my tenure, which is really like the pinnacle of an academic career, once I got my
You started
tenure,
wilding.
yeah, I was like, what can I do that feels like I can help people like one-on-one, that like change their lives in ways that is very personal. And I thought, you know what, like I'll start a sex therapy practice, like a sex coaching practice. So this was now like over 5 years ago. I started my practice, and it started small, right? Like I had like you know 2 or 3 clients, and then when my TikTok and Instagram blew up, like I had so many clients and like a wait list. Right now, when you're asking like what's like the most common issue that people come to me with, I would say it's different based on demographics. If we're talking of women, it's typically like why am I not feeling like sexually confident? I'm single and I'm dating, like I don't know how to engage in like sex in a confident way with a new partner. If we're talking single men, it's typically sexual anxiety and what they think is porn addiction. Sexual anxiety and like overconsumption of porn is like very common. And then for couples, it's mismatched libidos. One person has higher sex drive than the other, and in a sexless marriage or sexless relationship. So depends on the demographics.
For that last one, because we talked about that in various different forms before with different people, the libido mismatch thing. Does that usually have a gendered ratio? Like
Yeah.
usually, I know obviously there'll be ones in different categories, but is it?
Yeah, it's typically the women desire sex less than the men in the
Okay,
relationship.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But not,
the stereotype that I have in my head, or
but
like
not
the
all the time, right? Like not all the time. Like I would say in my previous marriage, I was married before in my 20s, like I had a higher sex drive than my
it
ex-husband.
happens.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like
I've
in
definitely
a
been
smaller
homosexual.
percentage, if you really look into statistics, it's typically the wife or the girlfriend had like a lower sex drive than the male partner.
Okay, no, that makes and do you think okay? How do you fix that? I guess that's the next question since since that's one of the questions I asked.
That's a really big question, and we can
Yeah,
spend like
let's
one
start there.
hour even
Oh,
dissecting
come on.
that
It's not easy.
question.
It's not a pill that everybody can just take and just it's not
Sadly,
easy.
if I can invent a pill, I would be a billionaire. I would be richer than Elon Musk. Like,
Yeah, that
because
new Ozempic
it's
will
a
go crazy.
problem that's
No
so
limp dick.
prominent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's extremely prominent. Like most couples at some point in their relationship, maybe even like after 2 years of dating, they will like encounter that problem.
Mm.
Now, the short answer would be you have to find an erotic solution that works for you. The very first thing to do is to have a conversation about what is your desire and where does it come from. So what's your desire? Like let's do this right now. Let's do sex therapy.
Mm.
Like I'm gonna ask you
Okay.
guys, like are you guys in a relationship?
No.
I don't comment on my actual dating life.
Oh, okay. But okay, you're not in a relationship. But okay, like let's say for you, if you're in a relationship, what's your
Mm.
ideal sexual frequency in a week? How many
Okay,
times
that's a
do
great
you
question.
want to have sex?
Let me see. I'm gonna say because maybe Josh should go first. Let me think because I'm gonna give a long ass irrelevant answer.
Once or twice.
Once or twice per week.
Yeah.
That's an
I
interesting answer.
okay.
So interesting.
Well,
Most
how's
men
that?
I ask will say 3 to 4 times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe back, maybe when I was a younger buck,
Yeah,
I probably
yeah.
would have been like, shit, I did it 3 or 4 times.
Daily.
But like,
Once to twice
But
a day. Yeah, no.
love that. Love that for you. Like someone just said once a day.
once a day, if
Once a
possible.
day is crazy.
So
Yeah.
that's
I feel
7
like
times a week.
yeah, 7. I feel like I have a range because to me, I don't really need sex like that. So
Mhm.
like none is probably fine in some theoretical version of like if I feel loved in a relationship. But so I guess I'll go like the least I could do and be like, yeah, we're fucking. It would be twice a week. Feels fine. The upper limit of how much I think I could do before I'm like, all right, we're doing too much is probably like more than daily. Like I could do daily, but more than daily on average is too much. So I'd say
Okay.
3. I feel like 3 is like ideal. That's cozy. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is what's the ideal, not what can you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say 4. Yeah. Keep going up
Okay.
there.
Then I'm gonna have to change my answer.
The first answer was I can just do nothing if I feel loved, and then now at
Yeah,
4
because like I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause
Like
like
I don't need it, I guess.
And we're trained to like, I think a lot of guys like try to like train themselves like to hold back from like their desire to have sex because it feels like a pestilence upon your partner. Like, oh my God, like I'm just bothering her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, well, I can do without less. So the reason why I said like 1 or 2 is I'm thinking like if we're in like a long-term relationship and if we're still having sex like once or twice a week after we've been together for some years, I think that's great. Like, but when you first start out, like with shit and the sex good, we fucking almost like every other day.
We answered the question wrong, didn't we? We had some sexual trauma in there.
I know, right?
Yeah, because we answered a whole different question from what she asked.
There's
yeah,
no
I guess then I'm gonna say 5 now. Yeah,
that's great. Kept on going up.
But you guys are like very self-aware because you didn't just say your like raw authentic animalistic answer. You thought about, okay, like if I'm a man existing in a relationship and it's long term, you're qualifying it so much. Like what would be reasonable for me and my partner? Like that's so self-aware. Like
you ain't asking for too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking because I gotta fuck somebody. Like I can't fuck by myself. So I'm thinking, well, how does this work with the other person?
This is showing me that perhaps you have been in a relationship before where your strong sexual desires have been rejected. Or that someone in that relationship showed you or tell you like, when you desire sex from me so much or try to initiate sex from me so much, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Because both of you are saying like, oh, I just don't want to bother her. Like, why would you think that? Isn't it a gift?
I think so, but I think that
that
for me personally, I'll just say I think I pre-reject myself a little bit. So it's not so much that my actual partner has it, because I would say in general, most of my relationships, my partner has had maybe a slightly higher libido than me, like in terms of, wanting to initiate or being like, hey, we haven't in a while, or those kinds of things have happened more that way. But I think I'm very quick to like hold back from doing too much because I'm before she said anything, I'm aware of what Josh just described, rather than her, like a woman having been like, oh, you're bothering me, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So, if you're in a relationship where it's sexless, or you're not having enough sex that you would like, the very first thing to do is to have a conversation and first ask about the desires. Like, ideally, in an ideal scenario where, we are in a loving relationship, like how many times a week would you like to have sex? And that's called sexual frequency. Now, two people will most likely have, based on research, have different numbers.
Makes sense.
And if you remove, being too emotional about it, if you remove that part out and really just think about the math, then like let's say if Josh and I are dating and he said twice a week and I said 4 times a week, there is 2 times discrepancy per week, right?
200% increase.
Now the 2 times discrepancy, what can we do? I call it erotic solutions. And this means that you can have a sexual activity that doesn't involve penetration, because the way people define sex is penetrative sex. Like if you kiss, touch, like if you massage her breasts until she has nipple orgasm, or if you play with her clit, or if she, gives you a little hand job, like a lot of people don't count those as sex. When they
big hand job, but okay.
When they think of sex, they think of penetrative sex, like penis in vagina, right? Which means, like, if they say the frequency, which means that's what they mean, penetration. So then the discrepancy of 2 can be other things. Can we do mutual masturbation, like masturbate next to each other, come together? Can we do naked cuddling and making out? Can we do sexual meditation without clothes on? Can we do, there's so many other things out there, like yoni massage, lingam massage. Like there's so many things out there in the sexuality world that is like a great sexual activity that doesn't involve penetration at all. So that's my solution, is like supplement it with all of these amazing sexual activities.
Expand the definition. Okay.
I'm realizing I have a fair amount of sexual hangups. Not saying I wouldn't be open to any of that, but I'm realizing like how I think uncomfortable I might be at first, just because I haven't done it before, or I haven't or at first, like, you might not feel like safe, like, to do that, or you feel like you might say the wrong thing, you don't know what to say, like, oh, how's, like, you kind of feel like it's almost like being a virgin all over again. Like, you feel like you don't know what you're doing, like, oh, I don't want to mess it up.
Like, oh no, Mrs. Johnson, I don't know if I want to do that yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yeah. They're having flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, is that like your like middle school crush teacher?
No, actually, who is my middle school teachers? They were all busted, but there were some element. Yeah, I don't know. I think I had middle school crushes on teachers. It was elementary and high school. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Yeah.
Like,
none of them were named Miss Johnson though, but I'm sure there's something going on in there. There's some Freudian something in there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
One thing that I think a lot of couples will tell me that's hard to do is actually engaging in a conversation about sex, because usually one person in a relationship is not putting in the effort. Have you ever been in a relationship? Communicate. Yeah, just like to improve their sex life. They're like, we're fine, we're good, like, don't worry.
Yeah, people don't like to talk about it outside of like it's this hidden thing sometimes for some people.
And they want to live in denial, like, we're okay. But obviously, if the other person's not okay, then we're not okay.
But if you discuss it, then it becomes real, and now it's oh, there's something wrong with me sexually. I'm not fucking him or her, right? So, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think because go ahead, bro.
No.
Because because I feel like it's taboo, especially like when you like date heterosexually, like, straight, like the strictly straight women, like a lot of the women I've dated, it felt like pretty taboo, like to have like those discussions like outside. Of course, like I still have them just to make sure, like, at least like the status quo is maintained, like, I'm making sure I'm satisfying you. But the extra stuff, and mind you, like the stuff I'm not even aware of until tonight. But even moving forward, like having those conversations and potentially seeing like how open my partner would give like some pause, and then because it's also like Eddie saying, like kind of reject yourself first, but and then you also deal with the potential fear of rejection from your partner, and them thinking like you might be weird because what you're suggesting is kind of out of the ordinary for them.
Yeah, it's true. But that's why it's so important. And especially now that if you're single and you're dating and you're going to be starting a relationship with someone, that's why it's so important to establish that baseline at the beginning of the relationship. Like, listen, in this relationship, we have a growth mindset. In this relationship, we care about growing together. In this relationship, we care about taking care of each other in every realm of possibility. Physical wellness, mental health and wellness, sexual wellness. Like, we take care of each other, so we have to talk from the get-go. It's easier to start talking about sex in a new relationship than people who have been together like 15 years. Yeah,
that's real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still in that. In this relationship, we care about growth, baby. We care about the devil. We talking over here. I'm still in that shit for the next one.
What do we care about in this relationship?
She gonna love me.
Yeah. Report back.
He's in control and healthy. Oh my god.
Good looking out.
You gotta give her a royalty every time y'all fuck.
Yeah.
I also feel like because Caitlin talked about this when we had her on, Caitlin V, shout out, everybody go watch that episode. She talked about having sexual conversations purely and completely outside of the context of sex, because like usually you kind of like, she'll touch your dick, you'll grab her, you'll touch her, you'll start doing something with a clit, and then you all might kind of begin to have that kind of like pillow talk conversation of like, do you like this? Do you want to try this? What do you feel about cum or anal play or what? You might start having those kind of, honestly, that's the thing. I remember asking that, because I feel like you got to ask like, where am I nutting? Do you like the taste of this? Like, because you know what I mean? And some women are like, oh, not really, but I'll engage with it. And other women, very hot. I remember one time I nutted on somebody's belly and she started rubbing it in. I was like, oh, damn, I feel desired. I feel beautiful right now. This is great. But not every woman is that. This is I've written a whole paper on my Substack about the relevance of male cum. And I think that one of my points is, I think that everybody views like ejaculate as kind of gross. Like even men, like if a man like accidentally ejaculates on, because for instance, when we because
I don't want to touch my own nut.
No.
See
what
I'm saying? Well, that's well.
See what I'm saying?
Girl I know in my life, all my girlfriends, every girl I know in my life, think cum so hot.
Like, you got a great circle. You got a great circle.
Yeah,
you need to introduce us.
Like men cum, like the bigger the lower the hotter. Like I mean, it's hot.
That's what we need more of that in 2026. That's what we need this century.
I'm so surprised you said that. I
normalized.
I've never met a girl that said, "Oh my god, cum's so gross."
Oh no!
Man, where are you? You moving in beautiful circles. You've cultivated an exceptional bubble. That's a wild filter right there.
My last relationship, like, no, she did not want it on her whatsoever. Like,
which is fine. But
it's cool. It's cool. I just catch it all the time. Like, just wash my hands later. Maybe TMI. Sorry. But
wait a minute. So you would come in your hand?
Yeah.
He said,
because I ain't about to get it on my sheets and have to like get on the floor. That's crazy.
No, but not like on her or.
No, she did not want it on her. Didn't like it.
Wow.
Which is common.
She only wanted it in her so she could have a baby one day, but not on her. And not on her.
Wow,
we're trying to tell you, Professor. We're trying to tell you.
Yeah. The sexiest thing I heard, I miss this girl to this day sometimes, but the first time like we had sex and like, she was like one of those people like, yo, it's okay to come on me. She commented on the volume and was just like, she was just like, oh my God, you so much, it's so manly. You are so manly. Just like, look at me. I said, and I'm just voting. I said, oh my God, I'm in trouble. This woman is going.
That is a literal semen demon. That is,
yeah.
Beautiful.
It's like, it's millions of your babies. So she's
Yeah.
like she's all
It's like a little
biological.
family.
She's all biological and shit. She's looking at it as, oh my god, trillions of babies. Like, you're so masculine.
That's exactly, you explained it
Yes.
well. Yeah, you got education.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, honestly, I'm being fucking honest. I am so
Surprised.
surprised you guys said that, because
Wow.
no one in my life have ever said that.
Okay. Have none of your male clients ever expressed this kind of, or like this constellation
No.
of ideas?
No, male
I wonder if it's
clients,
a Cali.
their
Okay.
main problem is sexual anxiety. Like, they're anxious having sex with women. They can't get hard because, like, they're so used to
They're
jerking
not
off.
even getting into the nut part.
Yeah, you're so used to watching porn, jerking off, being by themselves. Like, now they go on a
Mm.
date. They're already nervous on a date, and then, like, when it
Sure.
escalates, like, they don't know how to initiate even. They're like, oh, I don't want to be a perv. There's a lot of, like, lack of confidence in young male in this era, just because the landscape has changed, and also the overconsumption of porn.
Can you, because unless you have any particular advice for those of us dealing with the come averse, I would love to talk about like how men can kind of get through those anxiety. Like, that might not necessarily be our specific problem, but a man getting through anxiety when he's not been with women recently or often, and he's anxious about going into the date. How do I start sex? Am I wanted? Am I desired? How do I get out of my head this programming that sex is a chore that women do for men or let happen to them? And how do I engage with that? How would you start a man through that process?
Education. I think education is powerful. When you don't have information, you're anxious. Think of it this way. I like using this analogy. You are invited to go to a party in the Hollywood Hills.
Okay. I'm there
That's
in my
all
mind.
you know. That's all you know. They said, show up. This is the address. Like,
I'm nervous already.
1234 Glenwood Ave. Show up
Okay.
at 8 p.m. Are you nervous?
Already. Me personally, but I'm a nervous person. But yeah.
Yeah, but what am I wearing? Is there parking? Who's gonna be there? Like, what, do I bring anything? Like,
What's don't have information.
Yeah. You don't have information. When you don't have information, you're anxious. That is common, like, psychological response. Like, people get anxious when they don't know things.
Yeah.
So same with sex. When you don't know how to engage in sexual conversation or flirting with women, when you don't know how to initiate sex, when you don't know much about female sexuality overall and pleasure, you must educate first. Once you have information, you will feel more confident as a byproduct of learning more and having information. So if someone tells you, hey, I want you to come to a party in the Hollywood Hills. The address is 1234 Glenwood Avenue. Show up at 8. You know who will be there? Tyla will be there. Doja Cat will be there. Like, dressed to
wait a second.
Dressed to the 9. Also, it's
also
a
little
all pink
anyway.
party. Make sure
I didn't mean it like that.
It's all pink party. Make sure you wear pink. Like, make sure you bring a bottle of, like, good shit, right? Because everyone's bringing something. So, like, if you have information, you can drive. That will be valet parking. Like, once you have information, you're so much less anxious, right? You're like, okay, cool. I know exactly what I'm walking into, what I need to do, like, how I need to show up. I can drive. There will be parking. Like, you're not anxious. You can show up. You can still have a little bit of nervousness. This is new people, but at the same time, you have all the information to exist and be successful in that circumstance. With dating, like, and sex and initiating sex with a new partner, like, you need to know more in order to be confident in that circumstance.
No, that's a great. Let's do a little quick exercise, because we have like a community, like a digital community, where we talk to a lot of our listeners, and we talk through, dating, being, rusty in dating, how to find your person, all that kind of stuff. If let's do an exercise where we go through what that might look like for a guy. Let's say, they're mid or late 20s, and they maybe aren't getting invited to a Hollywood Hills, Doja Cat, Tyler party, but they might be on a dating app. Initiating with a woman that they don't quite know, and they're going, all right, what's this date going to be like? How do I manage my anxiety? The thing that popped out to me in what you described is, especially as a guy, is planning and practicing the place that you might go or the thing that you might do, so that the only thing that's really new in it is the woman. And so like maybe going, and tell me if any of this does or doesn't resonate, but I'm thinking like go to a place that you've gone before. I'm thinking like know what the activity is, know like maybe know some staff to where you got a little bit of social energy in the space, those kinds of things. Like in terms of applying the thing that you said to a guy going on his first date from an app or, you know, a social event or something like that.
I love that. That's very practical. And I think it's true because, again, like, you know, when you go on a date, think of it like mathematically. Like when you go on a date, there are multiple variables. There's like a place you're going to, you know, there's the woman that you're on a date with. There's like what kind of food are you going to be eating, like let's say it's dinner. There is you know, what sort of like service or interactions would you get, like would she get frustrated if the service is slow, like is
What's
she
the
gonna
vibe? Is it
like, is she gonna drink a lot? Can I drink? Is maybe she's not drinking, maybe she's a vegan. Like maybe you go to a steakhouse and she's a vegan. Like there's many variables. Like there's also, you know, I don't know, I live in LA, so I'm always about parking. Like, is there parking? You know,
no, because you don't want to have a woman in heels walking mad long from a parking lot to
You
fuck the whole date up. She's sit down angry. Like
you want to be sensitive towards that. Like you know, you also want to think like, are you going to a place where you already reserve a place, or are we going to be standing and waiting for our table? There's also a variable of paying, right, which is a huge variable. Like who pays, right? There's also a variable of like who's taking her home. Are you getting an Uber for her? Is she getting herself an Uber? There's so many variables. So I love that your first advice was like go to a place you've gone before, because I think you at least that takes out like one variable. Like
it removes so much awkward
space. Yeah, like you know it's a good vibe, right? Maybe it's good music, good lighting, like you know the place. Like go to that place then that cuts out like that variable. So now you have like fewer things to deal with. One thing too that I think people go on a date and they don't do well in this arena is being a smart conversationalist. And the best, most attractive trait in any human is to be a good conversationalist. Like if you are, like, let's be real, if your physical attractiveness is like 6 out of 10, but if your conversational attractiveness is 10 out of 10, you are automatically 9 out of 10. Like because when you're a good conversationalist, like that brings people in, make them feel warm and cozy and comfortable and even inspired and desired, then they're hooked. It's like fishing.
You're the place they go to be seen.
Exactly. Like they want to feel seen, they want to feel safe, they want to feel desired, they want to feel like you pay attention. Like if you're a good conversationalist, you're winning. Like I don't care the physical characteristics, because ultimately like it's much less when you start actually dating someone. It's much less about what you look like. It's much more about how you make them feel.
And I think that that's a harder, especially for, well, I think that applies maybe especially for guys, for, you know, there are political, social reasons for that we can get into at another time. But I think especially for guys, that's really, really true. But that's a really, really hard skill to do. You know what I mean? Like it's easier said literally than done. And I think going from like, I'm a little bit nervous conversationally to like, oh, I'm clever. I always know what to say. I know what to ask. I know how to manage the energy. I can talk to the waiter and make them laugh and then talk back to you and then order something and it's smooth. That's like most people can't, you know, necessarily do that.
It takes practice for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I used to be like, you know, I'm still like introverted, but like I had to learn and like force myself to like, you know, get comfortable like talking to people, making 5-minute friends with strangers. And a lot of that was through like my first job out of college, where I had to like go do like door-to-door sales. So like that helped a good bit, and that forced me to be able to, you know, get, you know, build up that banter skill. But ultimately, like the biggest thing of it is like it's kind of a method to it. Like just make sure that you're asking more questions and like you're not talking as much. Like let the other person talk. Like just find something that they're excited about, like, and just keep asking them questions about that and pay attention. Like actually pay attention. If you do that, like most of the work is done.
Yeah, that's a good. I think
that's true. Yeah, no, I think when you think about how people feel around you, people often think, oh, I need to give them as much information as possible. People think the same at a networking event. They talk so much about themselves, dropping names, giving people resumes. Same with like dating. Like they try to talk about themselves, their qualities, what they're looking for, their past experiences. Like they try to give so much information to the other person, try to attract the other person that way. When in fact, what Josh said is to attract the other person is to let them talk, is to ask them questions, be truly authentically interested in the person. Now, is it hard when you're actually not physically interested in the person? Yes, because I've been on many dates where I show up, they don't look like their dating profile, and I don't have chemistry with them. Like I'm not like physically interested in them. It's actually really hard when you have to like sit through a date and you're like not into the person. But what I taught myself is to like shift the mindset to like, let's say like this is like making a new friend, and this is a whole human being with like life experiences. What do I want to learn about them? What do I want to learn from them? You can learn from every person in this world. Like you can learn from anyone, a barista at Starbucks, a homeless person in LA. Like you can learn from every person in this world. So I try to, like, if I don't like them romantically, I still try to be my best and show up best and listen to them and ask questions and pay attention, because that's a whole human. You can't just like act like a bitch and like reject them.
No, it's unkind. And I like the idea of removing the pressure and going like, wait a second. All right, cool. Maybe I'm not attracted to them. There's so many other emotions that you can feel about another human being. Let me just interact with this person without making it about like, ooh, do I have to fuck them at the end of this day? Like, no, we're a person. Like, let's have a convo.
And 2 times out of those times, these 2 guys became my friends.
Oh, okay, nice.
A successful friend zone.
Like I mean, and I'm also a big fan of telling people immediately at the end of first date if you don't like them, like romantically. It's controversial. It's controversial because a lot of my friends are like, like I don't owe them anything. Like I don't need to. I don't.
That seems dangerous to me. Shit.
Saying that, but I think it's kind to do that. Like I would like the guy to know me.
Okay, because my technique is, and tell me if you think otherwise, because maybe I'll adjust this in the future. But my usual technique has been just ghost after the first date. If they send me a text or if it seems like we vibed enough to where I need to be
unethical.
No, it's not. Come
like,
on,
don't tell them straight up, but just ghost their ass. Just leave them.
What are we doing? I don't know you. You're a stranger. You're a strange woman off the street. We went on one date. It's not even ghosting. You know what I mean?
You shared intimate time.
There was nothing intimate about that meal that we shared at Golden Corral. There was nothing. That was not intimate. Like, what are we talking about?
Nah, bro.
I feel like it's okay. So straight out the gate, I'm fucking up. Okay, fair enough. The next stage of what I do is when we're texting, then I will say like, hey, it was a great time. I'm glad to have met you. Like, wonderful personality, but I just didn't feel that like romantic spark. But I'm wishing you the best. I usually say something like that, unless like there has been occasions where I've met a woman where I'm like, you're particularly interested. I'd love to be like friends. The success rate on that is like next to 0. But that's the 2 that I do after the ghosting. But usually I just Wait, is it okay? Is it ghosting if neither of us text the other after the date? Is that ghosting still?
Then you're just mutually ghosting. Yeah,
Okay, then yeah. I'm not ignoring texts, so I don't ghost. We just don't text each other.
Mutual ghosting is real, like especially with online dating. Like a lot of people would go get a coffee or something like that and just never talk ever again.
I am redeemed. Okay, yeah. So I mutually ghost. If she texts me, then I'll be like, hey,
if she texts you and you don't text back, that's ghosting.
No, I don't do that. Not anymore.
Not anymore. There's a lot of different communication protocols out there, like for dating, for sex, for initiating, for people that have been dating for a long time and like talking about sex, talking about like dating within long-term relationship, because you should never stop dating. There's a lot of communication protocol out there. And I think when people ask me like, what exactly do you study? I said, like, I study sexual communication. And they're like, what does that mean? Like dirty talk? I'm like, well, dirty talk is one of like hundreds of topics that I study. Yeah, so there's a lot of that. I saw that there was a question about whether or not I have a book. I do have a book called How Do You Like It? A Guide for Getting What You Want in Bed. So you should definitely check out that book. It's in every bookstore, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
What was it called? I'm going to put the link in the chat.
It's called How Do You Like It? A Guide for Getting What You Want in Bed. But it's really just how do you like it? A guide for getting what you want, man. Like it's just get what you want. Learn about yourself and get what you want.
That's perfect. Okay, so I was gonna ask, if we're talking about sexual communication early in, if you're a little bit anxious or you've been out of the game for a while, or you've never been with someone intimately, maybe you can answer this for both men and women. Depends what the chat wants. But if we're answering for men, let's say the date goes well, you've done your practice, you've gone through, everything's great, and she or you goes, hey, do we want to have a drink maybe at your place or my place? With the and we know that this implies a openness to something.
But remember, consent is very important.
Yes, yeah, which is why I'm like, it implies. I mean, like, if someone was like, "Hey, can we kiss?" You wouldn't think that that's a crazy question after you've been invited back to a place. I would think, but it doesn't mean you don't have to communicate anything with that person.
It doesn't mean you can just like pull your pants down. Yeah, like you should still verbally ask for consent and get an enthusiastic fuck yes.
Okay, so what would that? Yeah, can you just walk me through some tips for going through that process? Things to ask, things to look for, things to try to do, that kind of stuff.
You mean like sexual initiation, right?
Yes, everything leading up to it and through it, because we talked about that. There's that uncertainty and pre-rejecting yourself, and making sure you're checking for consent and all those things.
I have a lot of different strategies, but I want to hear how you do it first.
So first, I ghost them and then I know. So
do you like lavender baths? It's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Would you like to take a bath, beloved? Yeah. I would say it depends. It depends on a lot of different kind of contexts, because sometimes something physical has already happened before we've left a bar or a restaurant or a place, or even in the place that we've met. So I think it depends, but I guess in my head there's always there's like a gradient roadmap. So it's like you maybe are starting with kind of the way you move in conversation. So it's like, how close is she holding her body to me? Like if I'm stepping in a direction that's closer to her, does she stay there or does she create more space? Does she draw herself closer to me? Does she across time kind of sit closer? Those kinds of things, and then from there I'm gonna like, are we touching hands? Has she touched me back when that kind of stuff that would be vibey kind of stuff, but like, is there more intimate touch? And then, if it feels like a kiss, then usually it's, I guess, reading a vibe. And occasionally it's going like, could I kiss you? Or, if she asks, then I'll be like, yeah, cool. And then usually that's when it would go to
you some say other that. Place. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep it nonchalant. You know what I mean? You can't. Of course, you want to kiss nonchalant everywhere. Come on, now we talk about. Come on, Professor. You know what's up. What do you mean? Yeah, it's cool. You don't
go. I'd love to kiss you.
It depends. But sometimes, of course,
because you want to make her feel desired.
That's true. But yeah, that would be like what I've just described would be pretty much my general vibe. So yeah, if that helps.
Yeah. I like that you spend a lot of time reading the nonverbals, like body language, because in communication, we often teach people nonverbal communication is 70% of communication. 30% of communication is verbal. So being able to read the other person's nonverbals is like a huge skill. To be an intelligent communicator, a lot of it is learning to read the other person's body language and facial expression and how they use space. Like you said, like if she's closer to me, is she trying to hold my hand? Is she like holding onto my arm when we cross the street? Right? Like there's a lot of different little cues that shows you she is romantically and sexually interested. Now, I always say there is a myth out there that if you verbalize sexual initiation, it's a mood killer. It is not at all. There's actually research that shows it is not at all. People find it hot and sexy. Like they rate it high in sexual satisfaction if their partner have initiated verbally. So I want to change that myth. I don't want people to think from now on, like I should always just like non-verbally initiate. Like you don't have to, you can just verbally ask. It's actually really attractive. For example, if you started, just talking about something, you sit really close to one another, and if you're like looking into each other's eyes and you compliment them, right? Like if you're a man, you're on a date with a woman, I often say like compliment their eyes, like compliment their hair, their eyes. Women love compliments because it makes them feel sexy, it makes them feel attractive, and like it's like within our social repertoire to like look good, feel good, like get the compliments. So if you look at them in the eyes and of course this is on the basis of like you are actually interested in them and you're not just like a fuck boy trying to like fuck her and leave. You're interested in them.
How many fucks is fuck boy? Sorry, sorry, never mind.
What?
No, this is a stupid question. You continue with what you were saying.
And you look at them in the eyes and you can say like, I love your eyes, you have really nice eyes, like you have beautiful eyes. And then she'll probably go like, oh, thank you, I like your whatever too. Like, right, like I like your hair, or like your eyes too, or like I like your smile, right? Like typically people reciprocate compliment. Now you're in the compliment zone, which is like the one zone up in flirtation, right? Because we're starting with
I like this.
We're starting with like, how was the weather today? Like, was it hard to get here? Like, right? Like, to like we're
transition.
We're upping the mood and we're changing the environment, the atmosphere to a more like flirtatious sexual environment. So you start complimenting on their bodies. You're complimenting their eyes, and maybe you can kind of look at them and you can go like, you have an amazing body too. I hope that's not too much. Obviously she's gonna be like, no, it's not, like, thank you.
I don't know. I don't have mixed reviews on that.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what
I mean?
What have people said to you?
What have they said?
Yeah, what do you mean by mixed reviews? Like you said, like if you look at them and you're like you have beautiful eyes, I love your eyes. And if you're looking at them, you're like, I think you have a beautiful body. Like, what have people said to you then? Apart from like things like
it was kind of an awkward thing. Like that was like, but you know what? I might not have said it exactly like that.
Yeah.
I might have been one or two.
Girl, you have a nice body.
I might have been one or two words off that might have made it a bit more like
that ass is crazy.
Sounding. Yo, that ass is fat, boo. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Look, I hope you don't mind me saying that ass is crazy.
Right. I can see that thing from the front, man. You know what I'm saying?
Transitioning from like complimenting the eyes, like and the smile and to the body, I think that's a natural transition. If she's like, what do you mean? Like, that's so weird. Then she has her own problems. It means she can't accept compliments. A lot of women have that problem. It's okay. But at the same time, your job is to escalate it to the place where you're like appreciating her face, body, and vibe, right? Like this is where we're moving into like flirting and like sexual energy. Then you want to ask her, if you're not already holding hands, you want to ask her like, I'd love to touch you. Can I hold your hand? If the vibe was right, if you were reading right, like Eddie, you were like, you should have been reading her nonverbals. If the vibe is right, she'd be like, yeah, I'd love to hold your hand, or like, yeah, hold my hand. You started holding hands. That's the very first connection that's moving into the right direction of sexual initiation later, if permitted, right? With consent. Like, but hand holding is the very first step. Yeah. Hand holding is the very first step. Once you're like holding hands, and you're flirting, you're talking about, so are you enjoying your drink? Like, start like kind of just talking and flirting a bit more. Then you can go into, I've been looking at your lips all night. I would love to kiss you. Can I kiss you?
That's my go-to.
Yeah, works. Like if the vibe is there, if she's like somewhat attracted to you already, like it's a no.
I think the initial vibe check is also very important. I mean, maybe I'm overly anxious, but I think ask once you think there
Yeah.
are, once you've seen those physical signs and then you're making it into
absolutely.
language.
Yeah.
You can't
So
just shooting like, pulling up from half court cold, you know what I mean?
no,
Like, that's crazy.
you don't show up on a date and be like, "Can I hold your hand? I've been looking at your lips. Can I kiss you?" Like, no,
Yeah,
it
first
needs
5
like
minutes.
the vibe to be, it needs to be like
Yeah.
midway through the dinner or like drinks or whatever. Like it needs time.
And you need to see,
And-
in my experience, you need to see because you can be on a date for 2-3 hours with somebody and it's like, she don't like me. Like you're not getting the eye contact, you're not getting the
Right.
closeness, the vibe is
Yeah.
not there no matter how long. It's not on a timer. Because I've had a vibe develop 15 minutes into a date and
I
we
agree.
own each other. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not a time thing so much as it is there's a
Same.
secondary conversation happening at all times between human beings, this outside of
Same.
words. So
Same. It's true. Like if the chemistry is there, it's so much easier and faster.
Yeah.
If the chemistry isn't there right away, it takes time to warm up, and maybe you do find each other's chemistry in a bit later. But yeah, like once you ask, like, I've been looking at your lips all night, like I'd love to kiss you, can I kiss you? Once you start kissing, it's much easier to gauge whether or not sex is on the table. And of course, like I said, it's research found it's actually attractive to ask if they would like to make love. Like it's not
I like that.
it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that related to like anticipation or things like that? Or
Yeah,
is there
you
any
can also ask like what do you want to do after dinner? Like what do you want to do after dinner? Would you like to come back to my place or go back to your place? And I think that's typically a verbal cues of like potentially something
potentially
could
with
happen.
consent, maybe could,
yeah, but potentially.
Yeah.
And if she's like, yeah, like I mean, I don't mind, you can come to my place, like, or like we can go to your place, then there's a potential. And maybe on the way, like if you feel like bringing something up, like if the vibe is right, as in like if she's like open, you guys are like laughing and talking about something, she's still holding your hand or arm, then you can be like, I'd love to make love with you tonight. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. And I love when a man does that. I think it's very attractive and like upfront and doesn't leave the responsibility to the woman. Like like be
planning,
be
initiating, leading.
Yeah, be a leader. Yeah, lead.
Yeah.
Like if you want to make love to me, tell me. Like I'll
What if I'm a
decide.
sub though?
Like
What if I'm a
the
little
person
subby?
that will decide yes or no, but you lead. You tell me.
No, I mean, I feel like that's that I think that's really, really useful advice, and I think that a lot of the guys in our community will appreciate that.
Women just want leaders, man. A lot of women feel like have complained to me about how like whether like they go on dates and there's just all these like passive men that like don't plan anything, don't talk about anything interesting, don't ask them questions, don't like they're not leaders. And in a relationship, whether you like it or not, however egalitarian it is, there is always a person that's somewhat of a leader. Like always, every relationship you're in, even in a friendship, this might sound controversial, even in a friendship, every relationship you're in, there is power dynamics. And
that's
thank you.
Yeah, always based on all the variables in your life, based on your life experiences, how much money you make, your racial background, how much life experiences you've had, how much education you've had,
age,
like age, like what who do you know? Like there's so many factors that go into like your power, right? When you're with someone, you're in a relationship or friendship, there's always power dynamics. So in a relationship, if you think like, oh, but I don't want her to feel uncomfortable, I don't want to be like quote unquote like a toxic alpha male or whatever, like listen, there's a huge difference between an alpha male and a leader. Yeah. An alpha male is a toxic, narcissistic person who only thinks about themselves and how to exhibit themselves. They don't think about the other person. A leader thinks about the other person all the time. They accommodate the other person. They try to make sure the other person is comfortable, loved, desired. Like a leader cares about their pack, like a wolf pack, right? A leader of the pack cares about that pack. A leader of the pack is always at the end of the pack, making sure everyone's safe, right? And a toxic alpha male might just want to be in front, showing everyone their muscles and try to quote unquote be the boss, right? But they're not.
See, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, that all sounds good. And that's great. Like, men definitely should aspire to be like true leaders. But sometimes that leading shit get old. Like,
yeah, look, I didn't want to turn this into an argument because
because my thing is like, I need the buy-in too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm also a human being too. Like, so of course I also want to feel like, cared for, seeing her.
Yeah, of course.
Hell, and like they say, like he has a question like, what if you was up? Sometimes I don't want to take the lead. Like, hell, I want to just lay back and like, oh, take me. What are you doing to me? Oh,
right,
big mama,
exactly.
So,
but that's where the penis worshipping sessions come in.
How does finish your sentence?
Tell us more. Tell us more.
She said, "Period." Okay, well, hold on, wait. Continue.
How do we get there?
More. You had my curiosity.
I'm just saying, like, of course, every single human wants to feel loved, appreciated, and adored, right? Also want to feel desired, and also want to feel like they're taken care of, like men as well. Like women, I think out there, single or dating, like I don't think women expect their men to like lead like all the fucking time. It's just generally the process of the dating. Nowadays there's just a lot more passive men that are not like stepping up and planning things. When it comes to like when you're already in a relationship, I think a lot of people misunderstand, like, oh, does it just mean like I'm the man and I have to like take care of her the whole time and she like doesn't do anything for me? Like, that's not a relationship. A relationship is reciprocal.
No, it is not.
A happy, healthy relationship is reciprocal. You're both providing something. You're both bringing value into the relationship and help each other grow. When it comes to sex, right? Like, yeah, like it's hot when the man that you're having sex with can like lead and be like more dominant in bed. But at the same time, like there will be times where he can just be relaxing and receive and be appreciated. And one of the practices that's within the Eastern philosophy or tantric sex practices. Have you guys ever heard of tantra or tantric sex?
Yeah.
So,
but I'm not an expert.
Within the tantric sex practices, there's like a practice that I call, and I talk about this in my book as well, like penis worshipping. And that's when the male partner can just like relax, and receive attention, adoration, pleasure, love, and gratification. So what happens in penis worshipping is it's a ritual. So you would like, take their, like, as a woman, you would like then take your partner's clothes off, lay them down in bed, massaging their body, maybe with like coconut oil or massage oil, massage their body, and work to like warm up the entire body. Then you would go down to the penis. You would then massage around the penis, so like the pubic area. Massage around the penis. You would then like massage the balls with like coconut oil, right? Using the hands, like slowly kind of like fondling and massaging the balls. And then you would work on the shaft. Meanwhile, you are also verbally giving your partner positive affirmations. You have
what are some examples for the ladies in the chat?
You have a beautiful cock. I love your cock. Your cock turns me on.
Balls worship. I am not mature enough for this conversation.
Look, spirituality is important, guys. We all need a spiritual practice in our lives, okay?
Yeah, it's very spiritual. Like, so then you would then dedicate that practice to like the penis. You then will work on the penis, work on the shaft, up and down, work on the tip. You may incorporate like the mouth and the lips and the tongue, but ultimately it's basically doing penis worshipping through physical work on the penis and the body and the balls, as well as verbal affirmation to the person. As they ejaculate, you typically either receive the ejaculate like on your body or like in your mouth or on your face. And it's kind of like, thank you for like letting this like worship, like thank you for receiving like from me and then giving something to me in return.
Yes. Thank you for allowing me to experience.
And that's like how connecting is that experience, right? Like
Yeah.
the male partner then feels like super well taken care of. They feel adored,
Validated,
appreciated,
seen. Yeah.
validated. Yeah, and they
Oh,
feel good, like
he gonna want to
emotionally.
lead
Safe.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gonna want to lead something. Goddamn. He gonna wake up in
Yeah.
the morning and build your ass a she shed. I'm trying to tell you. Shit.
Okay. Speaking of nut, I think one of the things that I saw you talking about in some video was premature ejaculation. You were talking to a fellow who was talking about this. I'm curious if you have any like top of the mind takes from your book and your practice around what counts as premature ejaculation, solutions, how common is it, what are the causes? Because you talked about porn and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So let's define what's premature
okay.
ejaculation, because there's a lot of men that can have penetrative sex for like maybe 3 to 5 minutes and they think they come too fast. Like they're like, oh, I have premature ejaculation. It's
Oh,
not. Like a medical
Okay.
definition would be that you come within 1 minute.
That's premature. So premature is less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hey,
some
look.
fellas are gonna be very happy to hear that.
Yeah. Pray. Hey, look, like
Yes.
Chappelle said this shit beautifully. I always think about this when I think about the conversation. He said, whenever I nut, it's exactly on time. And I feel like sometimes when people talk about premature, I'm like, it just seems a little bit like a strange definition here. But I like the definition that you've given here. Yeah, less than 60
yeah,
seconds. Okay.
it's also premature. It's only a problem when it's a problem. Like if I have sex with my partner and my partner comes in 30 seconds, to me, it's not a problem, because then he will then go down on me, play with my clit, finger me until I squirt. I'm totally cool, man. I don't need your penis or ejaculate.
Yes.
Like, there's so many other things to do to me to give me pleasure and make me come multiple times. I don't need the penis. So if it's not a problem, then it's not a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Premature ejaculation is a problem when you think it's a problem, when your partner thinks it's a problem. So, okay. Yeah. If you come within 1 minute and like it's a problem, then it's a problem.
Premature. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. May I ask a question?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, so speaking of squirting, right? I've had because excuse me. I've got memories playing in the back of my head. Like so like like when I've been graced in the grace with the pleasure of having a woman like
with the
with the squirter, with the juice. I like
when
to stand in front of it like a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Yes. So like the first couple times it just tastes like vagina water, right? Even might have like swallowed you by 50 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You swallowed squirt before?
You have to.
Wow.
You have to.
You're the man.
You know what I'm saying? But and I used to thought before tonight, I thought I was like, I'm a little bit of a freaky dude, but clearly I have sexual hangups. I don't know. I haven't tried a lot. But like the point I'm getting at, the question I want to ask is squirt sometimes pee? Because there was one time like I was like, this is urine.
Yeah, like, you peeing on me, man.
Yeah. But there are people that drink pee when they wake up. Do you know that?
No.
Is this for sexual reasons or like dental or health?
They say for health reason. I mean, I don't believe it, but like you can Google it. There are people that like literally religiously drink pee every day.
What benefits do they say it might have?
Well, they say it has like physical health benefits and like help improve their immune system, things like that. But I mean,
I bet it would. Your immune system gotta be strong if you're doing that every morning.
I don't recommend. But yeah, I would say sometimes.
As a doctor, I would not recommend it.
I don't recommend like big gulping your piss. Like that's
oh god, that's terrible.
Piss with ice is crazy in the morning. That's ice cubes is wild. Little couple of mint leaves.
Sometimes there's definitely pee, like urine in the squirt. A lot of people don't care. I mean, when I squirt, sometimes there's pee in it. Like a lot of people don't care because if I'm releasing, I can't like control like two parts of my body. Like if I'm fully releasing and I'm coming really hard, like it's
everything's coming out.
Yeah, that's why there's like a ton of it, right? Like projectile. That's so intense, that word.
I know, right?
Projectile, yeah. It's you. Water pressure is important, though. You know what I mean? It's like a good shower.
And then, like, my partner doesn't care. He thinks it's hot. Like,
Yeah, he like.
Hell yeah.
I think some people like overthink it. Like, it's not dangerous to have on your body. Like, like it's
No.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you were drinking it all the time, I would say probably not great.
Well, I'm not, Tara. I'm not drinking it all the time. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
it was the first time. I'm like,
yeah.
vagina water. But
But it's hot though. It's kind of like the same thing. I think it's hot for a woman to watch that happen, because it's the same thing that, like, if a guy comes on a woman's like face or mouth and she's like, rubbing it in her, like, isn't that so hot to watch? Like, it's so hot.
Yeah, if I like her.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if a man does that, then it is hot to like witness, right? So yeah, I think squirt is a beautiful thing. Is one of my favorite feelings to experience during a sexual intercourse, because it's such a huge release, and it's typically happening in correlation to having a really big orgasm. Like, having a big orgasm in the body and releasing it through a squirt, I think like that's one of the best feelings that a female body can experience. And I highly recommend like all the women try, because it's a beautiful feeling.
Are you paralyzed after all that? Because I mean, that just sounds just intense. Like, I don't know. Like, are you able to just you just like die like for a second? Like,
it's interesting. Some people say it makes them like sleepy, tired. Some people say it gives them like so much energy for the day. I'm the latter. Like, it gives me so much energy. That's why I like morning sex, because then like I do that, then like the whole day I feel so active. Yeah, I feel like I'm in the zone. I've done that. Like, I feel great. Like the fidgeting energy in my body is gone. Like, I'm confident. It's like, it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. And if you don't like, this is like a shout out to my friend, just because I have been exposed to a lot of educational content when it comes to like educational porn, or like instructional porn, like teaching people how to do something. One of the best people, and I think you should have him on your live stream, is Kenneth Play. He was coined.
He's on YouTube.
He was coined by GQ magazine as the best sex hacker in the world.
Okay.
And his number one teaching is how to make her squirt. And like, I watch all of his videos, and they're so great at like teaching women how to learn how to squirt, and also teaching men how to like help her squirt. Squirt is just
okay. No, I searched him, and the image tab got that. It got that little safe search blur option, so it's about to be something educational.
It's educational porn, yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned that. What is educational porn? Like, I assume it just is what it sounds like, but I hadn't really heard of that as a category, because you get on Pornhub or whatever, and it's like there's not like, because they got big beautiful women, and they got little titties and big head and different hair colors or whatever, but they don't really have like an educational tab. They don't have like a welcome to Pornhub University kind of tab. What is it, and what does it usually have?
Tara, before you answer that question, so sorry, etiquette the kazoo. Real quick, shout out to you, Steve Pooh. We ain't got Omar here to give out the gunshot.
Yeah. Thank you, Stinker Pooh.
Okay.
Also, what's the name? Stinker Pooh?
Stinker Pooh. I think there's a number in there as well. Actually, I think you got to say the whole thing.
Like a Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, that's our residential sugar mama.
Yeah. No, they're the fourth one.
Love that. Yeah. So educational porn is pornographic videos that are made for instructional purposes only. And it's not necessarily to watch to get sexual gratification. It's not made for you to, watch and jerk off to. It's typically, unless it's a jerk off instructional video,
then you have to do your homework, along with the instruction.
It's teaching you how to do a specific sex act. So it's like two performers, and they're like, hey guys, today we're going to teach you how to help her squirt. Now I'm going to lay her down. Like, there's like, narration of like how to do things step by step. It's not just, it's also not just like watching people do it. It's like they narrate the examples throughout. They give like alternatives. Like, what happens if she tenses up? Like, then you do this instead. What happens if she starts like pushing her body away? Then you do this instead. What happens if she says it starts hurting? Then you do this instead. So like, it's just for instructional purposes only. And this is where you actually learn something. You don't learn things from traditional mainstream porn, because again, that's just acting. Like, that's acting, right? Like, I mean, I watch porn too. Like, I mean, it's hot, it's fine.
Sure. But it's a
But it's
performance.
acting. It's not it shouldn't act as sex education, and it
Right.
shouldn't act as an informative place for you. There are many platforms. If you Google them, you can probably, you guys should get an affiliate link and start promoting it. But there's many educational porn sites that are just instructional videos on how to have different types of sex activities.
We would definitely partner with something like that. That sounds great. Yeah,
sure.
because we've
Yeah.
had porn actors on, but I don't think we've had like sex therapy, like people who do sex for sex education. Yeah, or like who have sex for educational purposes, I should say. Yeah.
So Kenneth Play has a lot of those like instructional videos where he shows his body how to have sex with a girl. Like, like you see his cock and like it's porn. Like, it's still pornographic video. And
but then, there's infographics on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Beducated also have a really good.
Who is it?
It's just called Beducated. Like
like a bed. Okay,
Beducated. They also have a lot of like
Does he need to be naked if he's telling me how to have sex with a woman though?
Well, if y'all both have penises, yeah.
Like how to insert, how to like, yeah.
Oh damn! I mean, we a little far beyond that. I mean, like,
like
skip those videos. All right, here's what a dick looks like. Here's how you
balls go underneath.
No, it's a zoom in of like his cock and the vagina, and like it's porn, but it's instruction.
Oh, okay.
Just say, hey, look, I'm not trying to look at no man's meat like that.
I didn't realize there was a woman in a vagina like in the picture. I thought it was just like Kenneth and his body and his dick and balls, like just like okay, so here's how you
swing it like this.
You see everything. It's still porn, but
no, that's good. That's useful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kenneth Play, nice. Okay, before we get towards the close, would you like to play a little round of our conversational card game called In All Seriousness?
Would love to.
Okay, amazing. To everybody who is a listener who has never seen or heard our card game, it's In All Seriousness. You can grab that at shop.wavingtheredflag.com. Every single card has 2 prompts, one that's intimate, introspective, the other that's silly and ridiculous. So you can move through the convos like we do, a little bit silly, a little bit serious, but in all seriousness, these conversations matter. You know what I mean? All right.
Love that. That's so cool.
Thank you. Much appreciated. We'll send you a box.
Yeah, send it to me so I can like play it on my live stream.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Shoot me in the email your like your PO box or whatever, and we'll send through a couple of decks. Cool. Okay. Let me pick one randomly among here. All right. Okay. Who is someone who played an important role in your life, but you haven't communicated with in years?
Oh, wow. Are we who's going first?
Yeah, right. Who's going first?
I think ladies first, right? / guests first. Yeah.
I would say my ex-husband. Yeah. I've been with my current husband a long time now, but yeah, my ex-husband, ever since we got a divorce, we have never spoken once. And I've learned so much from that marriage and from him. Believe it or not, he now lives, I mean, he's American and he used to live in California. Now he lives in Thailand. Like where
uncommon.
I know, right?
Interesting. He went back to the factory. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like
you're Thai?
Yeah, I'm Thai. I'm originally from Bangkok.
Oh, cool. Oh, I love it over there.
You really? Yeah. I love it too. Yeah. I try to go every year. But yeah, I'm originally from Thailand, and he ended up, I know this through a friend. He ended up moving to Thailand and now has a business in Thailand. He has a spa.
Wow.
Yeah. So he went back to my motherland and probably is dating someone there. So it's like so interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel
Yeah.
like you would have wanted to, like, obviously, person who played like a deep, important role in your life, you all never spoke again. Would you want to? Does it feel like there are conversations that didn't get to be said? Like, because I always, people talk about being friends with an ex, but they don't usually talk about it with like an ex husband, wife, like we're divorced, but we're still really cool. Maybe co-parenting, but you don't usually hear that. So
I
yeah.
want to be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be
you
friends.
you still want to be friends with him?
Yeah, I want to be friends. But it was a hard divorce, so I get it that he wants to like, clean slate, starts fresh.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
so I get it, but like, yeah, I would love to be friends. But it's interesting. I often joke with my friends, like, I think my pussy changed him.
He's a new man.
Hey, they'll do it to you, goddamn. I bet he's
keep
still
that away
missing.
from me.
I
don't
mean,
want to. I don't need that.
he sold his house, he sold his car, he sold his business.
Oh
and
my God.
moved to
Moved
Thailand.
Thai.
Like,
to the motherland of where that pussy
Yeah.
came from.
I have to get it from the source. I need it.
No.
Yeah. He's against the faucet. Like,
Shit.
okay, so yeah, what do you think would need to change in order, like, what prevents the friendship? And you don't have to answer that because that might be too personal, but like, what would need to change for you all to be able to have one?
I don't know. Depends on him.
Okay, yeah.
He's the
Okay.
one not talking to me.
Well,
Yeah,
but I
okay,
mean,
okay.
like, I guess like with the current husband, your current husband, like, would that be like an issue for him? You know what I mean? Like,
No, because we're in a
Because y'all are
non-monogamy.
open and everything. Yeah. Y'all
oh,
are swinging and stuff. Yeah.
oh, had no idea. Liddy.
Yeah. How
No,
did
she
you
was talking
know?
about mad different dates with, that's what those went all with the husband.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't doing the timeline wasn't matching up for me. But
Oh
I
yeah,
see.
yeah. I was I did like a whole episode of my podcast with my husband talking about like going to sex parties together and stuff like that. Like we're in the lifestyle and
We
we're
never
also like we're in an open marriage.
We never because that was literally about to be the first thing we talked about because you mentioned the sex party and I was like, well, what goes on at the sex, like what entails a sex party? So okay, all right. It sounds like it might have been what I thought it was.
Well, a sex party is like a regular party. It's like going to a nightclub, really, and then there's a room where people have sex, but you can also just not have sex. You can also go get a drink, and like hang out with friends and watch a show. There's usually like a naked woman or man as well, like doing a dance or a burlesque or some sort of erotic show. Maybe they're having sex, like that's the show. But usually there's a show, there's a bar, and then there's a sex room. So
people aren't fucking in the main area. They're not on the couch and shit.
Some people start to after midnight, but it's customary to not do that before midnight. Like,
because that feels like too much for me. I actually literally got invited to a sex party last week, and I was like,
"Where?"
I'm good,
man, bro. You tripping?
I don't know, man.
No, you're not. You don't want to do it.
Yeah, because I'm vanilla. I don't got energy for, like, I'm not saying I have zero interest, but I'm not. Sex is just not that high on my list of stuff. It's on the list, but it's just not. I'm good. I got other stuff to do. But it just seemed like it's too much.
I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm elsewhere. I'm not gonna say exactly where, but it's a metropolitan area. If that makes a difference.
State?
So
what state?
I'm not gonna say what state.
You can't even say what state.
No, wait. Why? Do you know the sex party? If I say it,
I know every sex party.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, Dr. Tom, pull some strings for me, okay? Let me, Dr. Tom, pull some strings for me if you don't mind, because you gotta, like, I can't, because like as a guy, I can't just pull up to the sex party like Dolo. I think you like need to be with somebody, right?
Yeah, you go. No. Typically, it depends on the party you go to. Typically, they don't allow single men to show up alone. You have to show up. You have to show up with a female.
I represent a threat, even though I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
It makes sense. You know what I mean?
And
Because every guy would be there.
Party when there's more women than men.
Right.
Every sex party I've gone to, there's more women than men.
Which is smart. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Be.
Yeah. It's just safer. Like, it would be so like weird and intimidating in a way if it's like 80% men. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, so this is a different type of situation, but obviously in a lot of porn and in some like non-porn situations, there are women who like, lots like group stuff with lots of men. What does that look like for safety purposes in practice? Like, how do you actually do that in a safe way?
Everyone wears a condom.
I meant not. I didn't mean sexual safety. Well, you got to have protection, you know.
Yeah, everyone wears condoms.
That's good.
Someone said that Eddie lives wherever lavender is cheapest. Like, what is this lavender thing? I'm so curious.
That's is that the same person? I'm a big fan of baths. I'm a big wine bath, bubble bath, salt baths, you know, exfoliants, aromatics type of person. So I think I mentioned. Oh no, you know what? The original story is where it came up is okay, I'm not gonna tell the full story, but I was taking a bath, like a lavender bath, at a very young age, initiated by myself. Like I was like 13 or something like that, and I was like, I like baths, so I got like a lavender bubble bath, like mix or whatever, and I was telling that story, and people were just frying me for like, how did you discover the concept of a lavender bath as a 13-year-old boy, like, you know? But life is life, you know what I mean?
Was it your mom?
That's a good question.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Oh wait, no, I thought you were saying that my mom was Mrs. Johnson. I was like, come on. I would say that. Yeah, I would say, yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably like, yeah. I don't know, but if I had to guess, it was probably like, oh yeah, mom had a bubble bath, and I was like, oh, what is this? Let me try it out, and I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, probably.
I see.
But I have no idea.
I see. Yeah, but that's like awesome. I feel like there's such a stigma of like men that like you know, to like take care of themselves and like bathe, scrub, have like skincare routine, and like, you know, like there's a stigma about that. But I'm like, why not? Like self-care is mental health care. Like do it.
Yeah, not on this podcast, but in the general world, there definitely is stigma on that. Yeah.
On this podcast, everyone takes lavender bath.
We did it. Like when you started talking about the leadership shit, because I know it's gonna be some comments about this, because we did a podcast that was all about the experiences of dating straight cisgender women and talking about like gender expectations on men and what is it to be a man and what is it to be a queer man or a queer woman or to move through space and not adhere to those standards. So yeah, we've got a very gender critical audience, I would say.
Oh yes, that's a good way to put it. That's a very good way to put it.
Love that.
Which is good, you know what I mean? So it's the Lavender Bath Brigade. That's what the podcast is, you know what I mean?
That lavender bath, not lavender marriage.
Yeah.
I love lavender marriage.
What's a lavender marriage again? I heard that recently, and then I think Caitlin said that.
A partner, like when you're dating a partner,
like a beard.
Married for like various reasons. It could be like economic reasons, could be companionship reasons, could be like helping the partner kind of like hide their like sexuality. Like there's so many different
beard.
reasons.
Yeah. That's what we call that one.
It can work really well. Like, I mean, like, you know, if I was single, I would totally marry my gay best friend.
Why?
Taxes.
Okay, true. Right. Yeah. It's a business opportunity. That's a good point.
Taxes, companionship, economical reason, like we can buy a bigger house to
shared homes. Yeah. Good point.
And it's just more fun. Like I love him.
Better.
So you know,
better emergency contacts for the hospital.
And I think nowadays people think of marriage too as like not as, you know, serious as in the past. It's more like technical, like logistical reasons, because if you love each other, like you don't need paperwork to prove that, right?
Ideally speaking, yeah, that should be how it is.
Yeah, I think it's helpful for getting certain things done together, but no, I don't think it doesn't prove the love. As a matter of fact, because I remember Josh Doss, he said that you shouldn't even get married, like you shouldn't even celebrate your marriage until you're 1 year into the marriage. So you celebrate, we've done 1 year of participating in being married, because people spend 70, 80K on a wedding and get divorced 6 months later because they never worked on the actual marriage, like the relationship part of the marriage.
They never had the communication. Yeah. Or sexual communication. Like sex is one of the top reasons why people get a divorce. So I mean, it's a no doubt. You have to have a conversation about your sexual preferences, your kinks and desires, what you want to try and explore in the future, what do you want to try and explore now, like giving people feedback, giving your partner like feedback of how they can do better. Like even just like, for example, you know, rubbing, like learn how to play with the clit. Like there's so many men that like don't know how to do it properly, and it's not a turn on for the woman. Like the woman needs to give feedback, like needs to tell him he needs to learn. So things like that, like small things like that can become a big problem, because think about it. If he doesn't know how to pleasure your clitoris and you've been married for 10 years, like isn't that miserable? That's miserable.
That's a decade. That's a decade with no clit attention.
Terrible. Like would you guys
That's a catastrophe.
answer this question? Would you stay in a sexless marriage if you love your partner so much, but it's sexless marriage? You haven't had sex for 5 years. Like, would you stay in that marriage?
I would say for me, it depends, because like I think I'm like being desired is more important to me than actual sex, because I've gone for long stretches of celibacy and shit. Like the longest stretch of celibacy I've had is 5 years. So that was a period where I didn't do nothing with nobody.
But you still
that was fun,
right?
I would even within that, I had periods where I didn't masturbate for very long. So like I think the longest I went with no masturbation and no sex was like a year and a half, where I didn't do anything like that.
Wow. How was it?
Man, I had superpowers. I had laser vision. I could fly. You know what I mean? No, it was really like it for me. It just becomes quite normal. Like it didn't feel like it was good. Like there was no like amazing. You know how there's all these like people who say like, oh, no fap gives you. It wasn't anything like that. But it was just this is life. There was no deep like, oh my God, I can't, or any of that kind of stuff. There's a sense of contentment. Say again?
Masturbation is really healthy for you.
Yeah. And I don't fault anybody for getting nuts off. I love
in moderation, I'm assuming.
In moderation, but like let's say if you do it once a week, once a day, like that's totally fine. And honestly, it's good for you because it releases happy hormones, and it's almost like a good like self therapy. Like
another day keeps the doctor away. Remember that, kids in the chat.
Yes.
Exactly.
But to answer your question,
prostate as well, as they said.
Yes.
Oh,
prostate health as well.
It's just a booty hole, as Mandy said.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's good for the prostate health. So
and if you're over 35, make sure you beat that meat nightly.
Get your prostate checked too, folks.
So Josh, would you say a sexless marriage?
Oh, I gotta be with Eddie on this one. I agree with Eddie on this one, because like I can go without sex for like a while, but if we still have like a strong friendship and a good foundation, but for some reason the sex isn't clicking, I can live with that because I've done it before. But if I don't feel desired or even
that's a problem.
Absolutely not. Can't do it.
Done.
Can't do that. Like
I can't do a day.
I think that's the main problem is when you are in a sexless marriage, there's no desire.
Yeah. So
that
the answer is no.
That would be the byproduct of that, is like you won't feel desired.
Yeah.
Because
it's kind of hard to also like show strong desire for my partner without like also wanting to sexually connect.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Yeah. If you're like attracted to your partner, even after 10 years, 15 years, like you still want to do something. Like even like, a hand job or like masturbating next to each other, or like, because like sex in itself, sex is never about sex. Sex is about everything else. Like sex is about connection, emotional safety, respect, effort, taking initiative, adoration, admiration. Like sex is about everything else. It's never just about sex.
I tell you, I'm gonna have to. I already got your book on Audible.
Excited yay! Yeah, listen to it. The first chapter is what is your sexual profile? So it's a sex personality test.
Okay.
Oh, I could definitely use. Yeah. I feel like I need to know a little bit more.
I'll come back next time and we can talk about it.
That's a bit. And then you're narrating it too.
Oh, perfect. And and you'll have received our card game by then.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Unless you want to hit this silly question before you go, I think we'll close it out.
Yeah.
Is that a
Would
yes
you like
to the silly question or the yes to the
let's do the silly question?
Okay. Because we don't want to keep you longer than you got. All right. The silly question is, I feel like I know what you're gonna answer this. All right. Would you rather everyone be naked all the time or clothed all the time?
Naked all the time.
I don't know why I asked.
Yes.
I love nudity, and like that's how we came into this world. Like I feel like we have made nudity so taboo and so sexualized. Like bodies are just bodies.
That is a very good point, because I remember someone saying to me that there's no part of the body, there's nothing with nakedness that's actually sexual except having sex. So like the idea that breasts or penises or buttholes or hips or lips or any of that are inherently sexual is just made up.
No.
So I was like, okay.
Exactly.
So
I have a friend that does naked dinners. You guys should check it out. It's so cool. I went there.
I like dinner.
I went with my partner and also my friends. That's like a couple. So it was really interesting because like, you know, I saw her naked for the first time. Then I also saw her partner, like her boyfriend's like naked. And then they also saw my husband naked. So it's like very bonding. And we all had dinner. It's called Food, like FUDE, kind of like nude.
I like that.
Nude food. Okay. I like that. These are some clever.
I know, right?
Education.
They do it around the world. Like they do it in all metropolitan cities. So check it out.
Is it called the food experience?
Yeah.
Okay, that one. All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat. These are, honestly, you're giving us some great stuff, because we would love to do more like content like this, partnering with talking to people who do this kind of stuff. That'd be great. Yeah. All right, let me put this in the comments real quick.
Right.
Logistically, how does that work though? Like, do y'all show up naked, or do you have that like trench coat from the movies, or do y'all have a naked room, or how does this work? Like,
we show up with clothes on. The very first thing you do is take all your clothes off. You show up with your clothes. Then there's like a dressing room with a coat hangers, like an area. So you go in, you completely take all your clothes off, no underwear, like all your clothes off and hang them. And then you go into the dining area.
Okay. How do y'all deal with erections?
I mean, that day we saw some people with like a semi.
Okay.
I think
no one was full mast.
I think you handle it with grace. Like, you know, people like men, especially men, can be like visually stimulated. There's a lot of naked women, even though they're not being sexual or anything, like they could still get.
It don't take much.
I know.
Clothed is a problem. Clothed is a problem.
I think with like handle it with grace, as long as they're not behaviorally being creepy.
Right.
Because they're not, because you have to apply to go.
All right. So once we start knocking shit over, turn around, knock a wine glass over. Now it's
like if you're like approaching a girl, try to touch them, then you get
okay. Sorry, that's not funny, but that's funny.
No men do that anyways, because they have to apply to go. Like
there's a background check.
Because I mean, like I gotta imagine though, like, because if you have a semi is honestly the best way to present yourself if you're gonna be fully nude, because you're not up. But you got the hang time.
But you're out though.
You know what I mean? Like say, hey.
Hey.
You know, all right.
Because if you're flaccid, it's really small, right?
Like,
exactly. It's cold. It's like, it's just a head at this point.
And then,
not me, but I want to have it.
And then a semi is like this.
Yeah,
and then
it's like hanging there, guys.
It's like a Subway full sandwich.
Yeah, right. I'm not stepping out the closet without my semi.
No, you gotta thump it on it like a syringe.
Just a little bit.
It's so funny.
Oh, sorry, my penis is still loading. It's still buffering.
Sometimes I look at men at a cold plunge, at a spa, and they go in a cold plunge, and they would have the smallest penis.
Wait, they do it naked?
Oh, like with like tight underwear on, and like
to where you can see what's going on. Yeah, man, I remember. Yeah, it can. It's just it's like a clitoris.
Yeah.
It's like a clitoris. Retracted.
How does the temperature situation work? Because I'm looking at these things, and these women are butt ass naked in a warehouse, which I know are very difficult to heat. So I'm just wondering, like,
is usually warm. Okay. Yeah, and also usually sometimes they will allow single men, but usually men have to go with a woman.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Damn.
Have a nice evening dinner.
I need to learn the spots like the what. Tara, where are the type of women that you like where do they be at?
Atlanta.
In California, bro. In California.
I know, right? Everything
we know where they're at. The last two porn stars and the last sex educators, they're all in Cali.
All in Cali. Everyone's in Cali.
Well, actually, some people in Atlanta are really sex positive. I should connect
Oh.
you with a sex domin, like a sex dom there.
Oh, yes.
His name is Sir Marvelous. Have you heard of him?
Oh, I think so.
Sir
Yeah.
Marvelous.
I've seen him on some podcasts. Yeah.
His name is Sir Marvelous, and he has a practice there, like as a dom, like a private practice, a BDSM.
Yes, yeah. Nah, he's been on a couple of podcasts that we know of. Yeah.
He's in Atlanta, and he's in that community, like sex positive community, sex positive women, sex parties.
And Josh, I feel like people would they would want to invite you.
Josh,
we know what's
tear
up.
my ass up, huh?
Come on, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you be like, you be scratching, crawling out like, oh, they be like, no, come on back in. They got you by your ankles.
Like, listen, I'm friends with Dr. Tara. That's a good reference letter.
Oh, okay. All right. As long, I got your permission to say it. That's all that matters. Okay.
Yeah, just don't be creepy.
Of course not. Never.
Okay, I'm gonna go get dinner.
That's perfect. All right, let me close this out with you, Dr. Tara, and ask you to do some little shout outs. But the first thing that I'll just say is, look, if you were out there ghosting women on the first date after they texted you back, you might be waving a red flag. But at the same time, if you see a partner not communicating to you about the things that you want and the things that they want sexually, you might be seeing a red flag. There's been Waving the Red Flag podcast. It's been your boy Eddie. It's been Josh. We've been joined today by the illustrious, the intelligent, the sexually educated Dr. Tara. Dr. Tara, is there anything that you want to shout out to folks that they need to check out? Obviously, your book, et cetera, et cetera. Now's the time to let folks know.
Definitely check out my book, How Do You Like It? A Guide for Getting What You Want in Bed. My Instagram, TikTok is at lovebites.co. That's LUVBITES.co. My podcast is Love Bites by Dr. Tara, available at anywhere you get podcasts.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. Very much appreciated. And I hope the meal is delicious and scrumptious. Thank you very much.
Have an orgasmic day.
Before you
yes,
log
ma'am.
off,
yes, ma'am.
Before you log off, make sure that your recording is uploaded.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me see.
But yeah, we got it.
Okay, Sarah, give me a split second. I'm just linking your thing. I'm gonna send you a quick little link so that you can just open this in the background.
Okay.
Give me just a moment.
Let me. I'm gonna follow you on IG too. Oh,
yay.
That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, okay.
Lots of sex tips.
Okay. I've just put this in the private chat for you, Tara. If you could just open that in another tab, then when you leave the call, your upload will just keep happening in the background.
Love it.
Okay.
So technologically advanced.
Gotta do it.
Okay. Yep, it's on.
Okay, thanks so much. Easy, perfect.
Thank you guys. Have an orgasmic night. Go jerk off. Bye.
Thank you. Nuts abound. Yes.
Take care.
To the chat, is there anything else that we need to cover or anything like that we've not discussed? No. Okay. All right.
She was a gem. She was a gem.
Oh yeah. No. Love to see it.
Good catch on that one.
Okay. Ending the stream now.